Hey guys, and welcome to another brand new video. In this video, we got some pretty crazy stuff going on over here, and I say that every video, but this one's kind of the deep, dark secrets of the world, where the FBI is now being involved on the Xbox, where Wall Street bankers have been caught doing a bunch of illegal stuff using the Xbox itself. We have some other kind of crazy good news, though, for the overall gaming Xbox ecosystem. We'll talk about that in a second, but this one kind of starts off pretty crazy if you go and ask me. This is nuts. Probably one of the crazier stories we've seen in a long time, so we're going to go talk about this. So make sure you guys are subscribed with the notifications on. We got that Twitter and Twitch down below. And of course, we keep on saying, if you guys want to check out the MetaQuest 3 pre-orders on Best Buy with a lot of really cool benefits and sign-up bonuses for Best Buy, linked down below. Check that on out and sign up in the comment section and description. But this is some juicy stuff. So if you guys do not know, Wall Street bankers can kind of make a lot of money. If you could go be a hedge fund managing billions of dollars, and you can basically go in short, long, or basically have a chance to make a lot of individual trades by having inside information. You're going on the phone over here talking to the CEO of Nike. You find out all the shoes are on fire for God knows why. You find out about this before the market knows. You short the market, basically trying to go and say the stock is going to go down. You can make a lot of money. Or at the same time, you can sell out all the current shares you have, or whatever it might be. Insider trading and also other different types of things such as securities crimes and any other type of like financial basically misconduct is very serious. And the FBI itself has actually been involved now with the case and, well, point using an Xbox. Like, Xbox is literally themselves not directly involved, but this is one of the crazier stories I've seen in a very long time. So the FBI indicates that Wall Street bankers were now caught doing crimes on the Xbox 360. A former Goldman Sachs trader allegedly used Xbox chat to go and share insider tips. Now, first and before we fully dive into this is stupid, bro. I don't know why. Like, maybe I'm just meant to be like a criminal, like warlord, become like an absolute schemer. God only knows. But for me, like, I have learned, if you ever want to be scheming some crazy stuff or illegal things, don't be doing that online. Don't be sending like Discord messages, Twitter DMs, or like Xbox 360 live messages, because all this stuff's traceable. Like, you could track this. Like, you could find this stuff. There's actual things there. And to me, it's nutty to even think about this, because some guys on his Xbox typing in like, first and foremost, if you guys have ever had an Xbox, it's horrible to type on. Even if you bought the little like keypad thing, you could spend extra money like connected to your controller. Stupid. It was weird. I mean, I knew someone that actually had that. I never really sent that many messages and never really needed it. But like, it is hard to send messages. If you're doing the OG just through the analog, we were going like left, right, up, and down like a little Joy-Con. Yeah, that was horrible to type a message, let alone doing insider trading tips and everything else. So a newly unsealed FBI indictment accuses a former analyst at Goldman Sachs of insider trading, including allegedly using an Xbox to pass tips on to his close friends. The friend group earned over $400,000 in ill-gotten gains as a result, federal prosecutors claim. There's no tracing Xbox 360 chat. The analyst allegedly told his friends, who was worried they might be discovered. He appears to have been gravely miscalculated. Like I said, you guys never, this is the type of things you guys go to like dinner at the end of like the night, or like find like you go and bribe up a random bar and be like, hey, bar owner, give us the back room, no recordings, no nothing, you didn't see anyone, here's $1,000, we're keeping it chill. Like, you tip really well, you drop a hundo every time you're there, whatever it might be. If you're doing some insider illegal stuff, you got to go have a little bit of class to what you're trying to go and do. Now, don't trust me, I'm just a random YouTuber and Twitch streamer guy. Like, I mean, I've just been around my block, I've seen a few crime movies, maybe, I don't know. But these guys are like sending up like crazy illegal messages literally through things like Xbox 360 chat. And I've seen people do stuff like on Slack and Twitter. Like, it's just dumb. Like, don't do this. Like, just have a little bit of class if you're gonna be doing it and breaking laws. So the FBI arrested Anthony Vigiano, who also, once again, just sounds like the type of guy who'd be doing some insider trading, man, and alleged co-conspirator Christopher Salamone, charging them with securities fraud on September 28th. Vigiano is accused of using his previous position at Goldman Sachs to share trading tips with Salamone and others. Salamone has already just pleaded guilty. She was like, yeah, you guys got the logs. Yeah, whatever. You guys are fine. You guys have my Vanguard, my Fidelity. I'm doing these trades. You got the timestamps, whatever. And Bloomberg reports that this is fifth incident in recent years of a person associated with the investment bank allegedly using their position to do crimes. Now, in case you guys are curious on what these crimes are, I'm sure you guys know, but insider trading would just be stuff like, hey, like, we know, like, like I use for an example. Maybe PlayStation. It's going to have a huge bug. Like we're talking conversations with the PlayStation CEO. Or even on the reverse, where it's like, hey, PlayStation's going to be buying a huge acquisition. Or at the same time, they're buying something. I don't know. Like whatever it could be. If you had the inside details, you could kind of see if the stock's going to go good or bad. Or let's go and say you're Square Enix and you're dealing with an acquisition. And they're like, hey, PlayStation wants to go buy 15 million shares. They might be going through like a hostile takeover because you're working through these trades. You have to do the like sometimes you manage people's money, or like you're in conversations, or if you overhear things in meetings. And this is why you're just not really allowed to go and do a lot of trading or all these individual trading. It'd be kind of nice that Congress did the same thing, because I always thought that's kind of weird. They always make a buttload of money off of early shorts and just selling stock, et cetera, based on their laws. So basically, Viggiano and Salamone were childhood friends, the FBI claims, although I do have to respect the fact that two buds are trying their best to make some money. And beginning I'm assuming last, maybe, whatever, Salamone allegedly purchased shares and call options for obscure companies including Maxar Technologies, Atlas Technical Consultant, and Sononius Health. After receiving tips from Viggiano, it sounds like at least some of this insider information was shared on Microsoft's high-tech, ultra-secure gaming platform. Signal, or like Xbox 360 chat, there is no tracing that. Good luck ever finding that. Viggiano allegedly told Salamone in a recording made by the latter after they were both first interviewed by the FBI in June. This is basically after they're saying like, hey, these are some really weird things you're doing, really outside the box, and a lot of these things are not lining up well on our information. What's up with this? And then this other friend trying to go and basically be like, hey, what's up? By the way, I'd probably almost never met this stuff. You don't want to be wiretapped. So the two were discussing who in their inner circle might flip, with Viggiano trying to assure Salamone that potential incriminating evidence was out of the FBI's reach. So, I mean, at worst, we're talking worst case scenario. Maybe I said something like the very first message to Steve, but that's the worst case. Yeah, this guy probably should be a little bit more careful maybe at the end of the day. It's not clear both friends actually still played games on the Xbox 360 in the year 2022. Or Viggiano was also misremembering the name of the Xbox One or Xbox Series X and S. Maybe they'd use the original 2005 console, although maybe probably not. Like, we're not really sure just based on the FBI stuff. But basically, all these Xbox consoles were being used to go do some crazy internal stuff. So once again, just be a little bit careful. Just be careful. We don't know what's ever kind of going over here. Don't do crime on Xbox. I think that's a good call. Also, I love this picture, by the way. Now, some other little kind of fun stuff. We actually are seeing stuff for Starfield. Now, Starfield definitely has had a little bit of a hit or miss when it comes to their reception. I was kind of more on the miss. Oh, that wasn't bad. Like, if you guys checked it out or still want to check it out, go for it. It could have been worse. But at least we do know that they actually do have support for it. One thing I do like about studios like Bethesda is they can still go and patch the game, update the game, make it nicer, or as well also embrace things like mods to make the game a completely new experience. Think Skyrim, think Fallout, etc., where sometimes the modders actually made the whole experience a lot nicer. But they're saying let's be ready for it, make the most of it, and then also go and embrace it. So basically, Elder Scrolls has been around forever, but they're now trying to go and say the same thing for Starfield, which I think is good. Like, no matter what reception you guys have, I think it's a nice thing to see. In the recent interview on the AIAS Game Maker's Notebook, Bethesda's Todd Howard talked about how the team is preparing for longevity with Starfield and how they're already looking at 5 years plus of support. Here's what Todd said about the team's recent titles and how they've influenced the plan for Starfield. One thing we've learned from previous games, from Skyrim, from Fallout, is that people want to play them for a very long time, mostly for mods too as well. So Starfield, I would say, was the most intentional going into it, that they want to play this game for a very long time. And I always look at the launches. They always assume it's a big game. They always like it. And I would be down to go play more games like Starfield in the future, or Starfield itself, if they did have more mod support. And as well, one of the bigger news is that Baldur's Gate 3 producer joins now Fable's team at Xbox Playground Games, where this is kind of big. Like, Baldur's Gate was a really good RPG, and obviously Fable is an RPG, so everyone out here is just being a little bit excited. Like, I'm very excited to see how they're going to take this direction on Fable, and I think Baldur's Gate's probably one of the better examples too as well, for like a game to use as a standard. And I want Fable to be good. Old Fables were awesome, and I think kind of feel like Xbox needs to win in terms of games. So basically, we have a new guy over here, Ryan Clark, who was from Baldur's Gate 3, is now joined the team as a senior producer, saying, I'm super excited to share I'm starting a new position as a senior producer at Playground Games. Looking forward to working with everyone. His role in Baldur's Gate 3 was that of an animation producer, and before that he worked as an associate producer on multiple FIFA games too as well. And they've also had games such as Asphalt and Disney Speedstorm. So all around is a really good hire, and I think someone who can have a nice overstay and kind of like look at the game, make sure the RPG is going well. I like this. I think it's good. So I got to give this a pretty big thumbs up in my mind, and it makes me a little bit more excited to go and play Fable. So give me your thoughts and comments on this crazy FBI drama when it comes to Xbox, when it comes to all these other various games. And of course, if you guys are still even playing Starfield, let me know. Make sure you guys are subscribed, notifications on Twitter and Twitch down below, Amazon links, and of course our Meta Quest 3 pre-orders from Best Buy linked down below if you guys would like to go and check those on out. Appreciate you guys all so much for watching. Have a good day.